This channel is about science fiction, sometimes books, but mostly movies. My name is Christian Maltais. I've been a lifelong fan of sci-fi. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the core principles and values that are driving this channel and what I'm doing here, how I'm doing it, and why it might be something that you could be interested in. Number one is it's a sci-fi centric channel. So I like lots of stuff. I like, author, movies or whatever, but here we focus on science fiction. What does it mean, science fiction? Well, I definitely include cosmic horror and Lovecraft stuff. I might occasionally talk about fantasy in very specific instances because I also like, Tolkien, of course, and Michael Moorcock and people like that. But mostly, robots, time machine, philosophical questions, science kind of based things is what we're talking about. Science fiction. Number two, it's all encompassing. So when I was a kid, I decided that I was going to watch every science fiction movie on Earth. That's quite a lot of movies. And eventually I decided that I would do it, but I would stop at the year 2000. So that's about 4,000 or something science fiction movies. I've seen 1,150 so far. And the idea here is to share the very cool and obscure stuff I've found. Tarkovsky, obviously, is very well known, but that falls into stuff I might talk about. We'll talk about Jean Rollin, we'll talk about Jess Franco, but we'll also talk about super obscure Czech time travel movies or Soviet, TV movies, or quite a lot of them. Some of them are very, very good. Hungarian, TV movies with Doctor Who special effects. Very, very strange Japanese movies, Japanese Lovecraft adaptations. Like the more obscure, the better. You have plenty of places online where you can find the same old recommendations. Many times because those movies are excellent, right? But here I'll try to give you stuff that you hear about less often, and again in the whole wide galaxy of what is considered science fiction. Number three, it's very geeky. I'm a geeky guy, I don't know if you can tell, so I love this stuff. The idea is that we can go into a lot of detail, into the tiny minutiae of what makes something science fiction or not. Is In the Mouth of Madness a Lovecraftian homage or a Lovecraftian movie? That kind of question. Geeky stuff for geeky people. That's what we do here. Number four, focus on the positive. Yeah, so there are two kinds of fans you see on Earth, like geeky fans. There are the geeks who hate everything and the geeks who like to love things. And I like to love things. I will come back on this in the next point because we have to be fair at the same time. The idea is not to say that everything is great when it's obviously not, but the focus we're trying, like the ethos of the channel is, I formed this project of watching all the science fiction movies when I was like 9 or 10 years old. I've been a Lovecraft fan since I was like 8 or 9, basically. So I'm seeing all these movies as an adult, but with a heart, a child's heart. So a sense of awe and wonder, looking for the cool stuff. I like space aliens and robots. I like that. And even if I'm watching a really, truly, truly awful movies, and there are plenty of them, I'll always try to focus on the qualities, like what is good in that movie, what is that 1 second, that one frame that is good or well thought out, of creative or something like that. So yeah, focus on the positive, heartfelt sense of wonder, sense of joy, looking for cool stuff. This is what we do here. Number five is we're intellectually honest. So I call these movies as I see them, essentially. If I don't like something, I will say it. Like the Star Wars sequels, they're not good. This camera operator, this director is incompetent. We will say these things, but not as an attempt to beat up on people to try to feel superior. It's not that. It's just, okay, I didn't like this for this reason. You might. You might read or hear my description of this movie, and I will say it's terrible, and you might think that, no, this is actually exactly what you're looking for. That's fantastic. That's great, right? So if I don't like something, I will try my best to mention it intellectually honestly, with a sense of integrity, if you like, something like that. But still, the idea is to focus on the positive. So we're not trying to be like goody two shoes or whatever. We're just trying to be heartfelt but sincere in the good and the bad. Though again, mostly the good. So next one, number 6, I think, is no AI. So there's no AI here. I'm a human being, an actual, human being. I don't use AI. If you're looking for someone who just does it all by himself, that's me. And I'll go a bit further. I have a guitar here because I play the guitar, you see. So I have this idea that we're drowning in, let us say generously, BS these days. And though it's not always easy, I really strive to be sincere and, again, honest and just, okay, here's an actual person talking about movies I have actually seen. Usually, if I haven't, I'll say it. These are movies I have watched. I have enjoyed them for this reason. I did not enjoy them for that reason. So it's a no BS, and as I said, no AI environment. And 7 is philosophical curiosity. So I just mentioned the AI thing, and I felt kind of bad in part talking about it because it's true that I find are really strong problems with what we call AI these days, right? And it's just an example. I'm talking about it because it's in the news a lot. But there are ways to address this conversation, about AI and what does it mean? What does AI actually mean? And in the collective conversation, as I just mentioned, I find that usually the level of the discourse is very lacking, I'm sad to say. The way that people talk about these subjects is very often not well thought out enough, not rigorous enough. And the cool thing is that science fiction is perfect to discuss topics like that. There's a way, by the very nature of what science fiction is and what attracts us to science fiction, well, it's a medium of ideas in many ways. Like it's a childlike fantasy, but it's also the flavor and the mystery and the sense of these ideas and the sense that there's something important that resonates with us that we need to explore, how these new ideas and concepts and technologies and future technologies, all these things, like what would they do to us as people, as a society, whatever, you get the idea. Philosophy and science fiction, they go well together. So even though most of the focus on the channel is talking about the geeky stuff, part of that geeky stuff is talking about the philosophical aspect of those movies when it's relevant. And what do we actually mean by philosophy? Well, that's a philosophical question in itself. But for now, the 7 principles of this channel, this project. It's sci-fi centric, it's all encompassing, like everything to do with science fiction movies, TV shows, etc. It's all, we talk about all of it, but especially number 3, the extremely geeky, obscure, hard to find. There's one VHS copy on Earth and you have to find it level of geekiness. Number 4 is we focus on the positive. Number 5 is, yeah, but we're fair-minded, like we criticize when we feel it is justifiable to criticize, but it's always in the sense of looking at the cool stuff. It's just being intellectually honest. Number 6 is essentially be intellectually honest. I put the AI in there, but it's like it's an ethos of being like the best version of what a human being can be. It sounds pretentious, but ultimately that's kind of what we're trying to do. And number 7 is philosophy because I like it. I find it very interesting, and there's definitely a crossover between science fiction and philosophy. Philip K. Dick, Ursula K. Le Guin, all these people, and I just love this stuff. And science fiction is perfect to explore these issues. So that's what we're doing here: space aliens and robots and time travel and all the geeky stuff. So yeah, if you like that, well, come back and subscribe. I usually don't say that, but if this sort of subject is what interests you, well, this is a good place for you. So that's it for now. Take care of yourselves. Do watch one of these other videos which might be appearing in the corner. And take care of yourself. Keep watching the skies. Live long and prosper.